on the stage with Jeremy. And Jeremy and I have shared the stage before, so that's exciting. However, talking about Kwanzaa, talking about Umoja, talking about unity, I think this is a great way to end our 2021 as we cycle into 2022. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason that Kwanzaa is so important to me is because it really helps you to kind of get the foundation of who and what you are as a person, right? So it gives you that foundation of who and what you are as a person. And then also it helps you to um Jeremy, you know that you're on the video, so you may want to block your video and then jump on Clubhouse. Okay. We're multitasking today. So yeah, the thing about Kwanzaa for me that's super important and super special is that it helps to ground me. There you are. And it helps to keep you super focused as you walk into the next year. It helps you to reflect on the things that worked and the things that didn't work, but it also helps you to reflect on what it is that you dream about and how to connect that with some foundational tools that will help you to be able to hit those goals for the upcoming year. Like goals don't just happen. Goals they magnify based off of intention. They magnify based off of thought and consideration. And so I'm going to start by just laying down the foundation of Kwanzaa. We're going to be doing this every single day this week. It is a 7-day celebration. It goes all the way through December the 26th, right through New Year's Day. New Year's Day, if you do not know, is my birthday. So this year I will be celebrating 52 years young. I am so excited about that because every year that I'm able to like see another year, it gives me another chance to magnify my gifts. It gives me another chance to live in my excellence. It gives me another chance to learn some valuable lessons, and it gives me another chance to affect some change. I am definitely feeling like I'm in my season. And I've been in my season for probably 3/4 of this entire year. I made a conscious decision to do things outside of my comfort zone. When I made that conscious decision to do that, everything magnified, like everything changed, like everything. So, Jeremy, I'm going to make you a moderator inside, and then I want you to pop your link at the top of the room while I give the deets on Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa started in 1960. It was founded in 1966 by an educator and an activist, Dr. Malana Karanga. And I started really getting into Kwanzaa while I was in college. I was dancing with a professional West African dance company, the African American Dance Ensemble with Baba Chuck Davis, rest in peace. And so that was my introduction in college, freshman year, really understanding like my roots as a woman of color, and really understanding how to magnify my gifts. That's where the person that you see right now was born on the campuses of North Carolina Central University. And inside of Kwanzaa, it has 7 principles. Each day is represented by that principle. Now, it is founded and rooted deeply in the African American experience, and it is here to empower people and to rediscover and to harness the African American heritage. However, this is the business edition. And so those principles, even though Kwanzaa makes it very specific to our African American culture, the principles are rooted in any and everything that you want to achieve when there's change that needs to happen. So at the end of the day, I maybe 2 years ago, I started doing the business edition. And the business edition really helped me to understand that I needed to get grounded, and it helped me to help my clients to also become grounded as well. And so the colors are black, red, and green. So I'm representing today. If you can see me, and then if you see behind me, you'll see that there's the Kanara is behind me, which is the 7 candles, and then there is a the picture of the Kanara that breaks down all of the 7 principles. Today is Umoja, which means unity. And so when you're talking about unity, the goal of unity, what is your goal in your business? Let's like break this down business style, okay? What is the goal for your business? And what is the goal and the desire that you have that you can ground and cement your business in right now, today, that is going to carry you into 2022? What was missing in 2021, if there was something missing in creating that unity that hindered you from harnessing your gifts and magnifying your gifts and reaching your goals? What was the thing that helped you to become bigger, and how can we grow that and manifest that greater in 2022? How can you stop doing things alone? How can you stop being on a silo? How can you just stop altogether and understand that right now you don't have to do it by yourself? You literally can do this thing with a village. You can do this thing understanding that there is power in numbers. And then how do we unify not only with other creators, other entrepreneurs, but how do we unify the platforms that we're using so that how we are marketing ourselves in 2022 makes sense? Because I feel like when I meet my customers, my clients for the first time, they are reaching. They're trying to figure out exactly how to do this thing. And they're all over the place. They're on the Facebooks, they're on the Instagrams, they come into me because they want to be on the Pinterests, they're on the YouTubes, they're on the Clubhouses. And so they feel like they're spiraling because and they're exhausted. And it's because they haven't created a clear plan, a map of how to use and integrate these platforms so that they can magnify their businesses and their brands in a really simple, strategic way. Because you don't have to be everywhere all the time. You don't have to be everywhere in front of everybody all the time, right? So, how do we create that unity? How do we create and unify the platforms that we want to use that we didn't get a chance to use without feeling like we're just doing the most? So that's what we're going to talk about today, which is the first day of Kwanzaa, December 26th, Umoja, which is unity. I got my friend, my partner, Jeremy. I was able to work with him. I met him in 2021. We've done some collaborations together. Jeremy, can you introduce yourself to the people?
Sure. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for hosting this room today about unity. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all around the world. My name is Jeremy Wade. I am a content writer, blogger, and editor on, and I assist entrepreneurs by transforming their valuable thoughts and ideas into long-lasting relationships by writing one word at a time. I'm excited to talk about how we can just unite over collaboration, partnership, and just also business endeavors that allow us to just recreate these successful businesses. So thank you again, Paulo, for having me, and I look forward to adding value. This is Jeremy, and I yield the mic.
So, Jeremy, when we kind of caught up last week, and let me tell you how things happen in the universe. Sometimes we can plan and plan and plan, but the universe always has a plan for us. So Jeremy just hit me up. He kind of jumped into a room on the app of Clubhouse. And then he hit me up on the back channel and was like, hey, I got this idea. We need to connect. And I had my own ideas of what I wanted to do. And then this room was born, right? This this live was born. And so tell the people what you doing now. Like, what is your platform of choice? Like, tell the people, baby.
So my platform of choice is what you see above us, and I can honestly, give credit to Paula. When I met her, she mentioned earlier about just being everywhere, but trying to show up somewhere. And I think when I met her, she allowed me to realize that. And I'm a purebred writer, and I found this platform of Medium in 2017, but I never took it serious. But this year, I actually took about 3 months to study the platform, and in just two short months of writing consistently on the platform of Medium, which is a SEO optimized platform, just like Pinterest. I've been able to consistently grow my audience and get monetized opportunities to be able to write and contribute as an editor. So I'm super excited to just not only just represent the platform as a writer, which a lot of other writers and editors do, but also to be like just someone that utilizes it to grow the email list that I just created, thanks to Miss Paula, and then also just being able to grow my business in terms of the awareness and engagement. So I planted my flag on the Medium platform, and I look forward to utilizing it to grow my business moving forward. This is Jeremy, and I yield the mic.
So tell us if because some people may never. Oh, excuse me, I had muted my mic. Sorry, I had muted my mic. Tell the people exactly what Medium is. Medium. I've seen it before because it's popping up with a lot of different apps right now. So it's one of the new apps. And I don't want to say new apps, but it's getting some traction. So it's popping up as one of the things to add to how you want to share your and increase your visibility. Tell the people exactly what Medium is. What does it involve? If I were to become a part of Medium, what does that mean I have to do in order to do that?
Yeah, sure. So I'll tell you, I'll answer all those questions, and that's a great questions, phrase of questions. So first of all, Medium is a friendly SEO optimized platform that allows you to engage with fellow writers, creators, um, editors, as well as entrepreneurs that are looking to bring awareness and engagement to their business, product, services, and just vision for their business. So you have a lot of people up there already. You have over 1 million users on the platform monthly. And as an SEO optimized platform, you can connect LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter to the platform as you write blogs and write articles. You can also host an online publication on the platform. And what I like to call it is two things. I like to call it an extension. It's basically YouTube for writers. And then also it's an extension of your website, because I believe that we all need to diversify our portfolio. And once you consider writing on Medium, it's a very accessible platform for your readers. And the link is very easy to implement in different other platforms. And it's very just a friendly user. And then you asked me as well why you need to use it. I think, and I'll just say this, by diversifying your portfolio, you're allowing yourself to create evergreen content. And a lot of people that are business owners, they're not creating evergreen content within their businesses, which means that their business content on social media, social audio, or search engine optimized platforms, it's not lasting the test of time. So I definitely think evergreen content is why you need to be up on Medium, and it'll also allow you to diversify your portfolio. This is Jeremy, and I yield the mic.
So it sounds like some of the same things in terms of content that we're creating for Pinterest to be able to rank on that Google, which is what the ultimate goal for all of us, to be able to rank more on Google. We can actually use the same content that we're using for Pinterest onto Medium in terms of how we educate and inform people about our products and our services. That's what it sounds like. And it's SEO based, which means the keyword strategy, the keyword game has to be like on fire. Is that correct?
Yes, it's SEO based and it's a monetized platform as well. Yep. So once you continue to repurpose that content from Pinterest that's already on fire with the SEO, and it hits, you can have that opportunity to monetize your platform and own your community.
Wow. So, how can I make money using Medium? Because that's the number one question. As soon as you said you could monetize it, everybody's ears was like, "How? I want show me the money."
No, definitely. I think first of all, it takes a, um, a sense of commitment and consistency. I will say, and then second of all, what you can do and how you can do it is basically by if you're writing blogs weekly, monthly, and daily, you utilize those blogs to repurpose and curate a community, and just draw your community that you have in addition to the community that's already on Medium, the community that's already on Medium. If you draw them to your Medium account by sending those blogs to your email list, you'll increase the traffic. Medium will see that as a result. Just like, for instance, TikTok, if they see you're doing a lot of great things on TikTok, they'll give you a creative account so that you can start to monetize your TikToks. That's the same thing on Medium. So once you draw that or increase that traffic on Medium, they'll actually create a whole landing page for you. They'll create this unique affiliate link. There's an affiliate program as well on Medium. And once you get to that level, you'll be able to monetize your blogs and articles. And how you monetize them is from readership. So if people spend 5 to 10 minutes reading your blog because it's optimized with SEO and you have some nice visuals, some videos, and you're diversifying the way you write, then you'll get paid based off of the amount of time people spend reading your blogs and articles.
Mm. So I want to go back to my clients for 2021 because my clients all have the same thing, that we are going to really become stronger and tighter in 2022, and that is in how we inform and how we educate the world on your products and your services. How do you slay the problems of your prospective clients inside of your products and your services? And what words do you use? We're actually cultivating that in a 6-month program inside of the Problem Slayer Academy. Um, and I am handpicking people that I feel want it, uh, but also that we can really work the magic inside of their businesses in the next 6 months from January to June, because the words that you use are super powerful. It is the way that you show up. It is the way that you connect. It is the way that you resonate. It is also the way that you cultivate the experience that you want your clients to have with your products and your services. So, in order for us to really like grow some roots, some SEO roots, we have to become really key game players when it comes to how we use keyword strategy. Keyword strategy is what's going to get you inside of Pinterest and the algorithm moving you around that platform. It's also the thing that's going to help you with video content as you educate, whether you're using lives on different platforms or you're on YouTube. It's also the thing that's going to get you seen and landing top of rank on Google. That keyword strategy also, it sounds like, is what's going to help you with Medium. And so this is my experience with Google. I want to share my experience first, and then I want you to chime in, Jeremy, and give us your perspective. When it comes to Google, Google is not this thing that you have to rank for. They have a lot of different features now that will help you to rank. But honestly and truly, Google is a carnivore. It likes to snatch up content from different platforms. Let that sink in for a second. Google is a carnivore that likes to snatch up content from different platforms. If you want to do some real key research in the last week of 2021 to prepare you for 2022, go to Google and use the words that your clients would use to search for your products and your services. And take a look at the whole entire page of information that is presented to you. It's not all going to come from one place. So, because it's not going to all come from one place, you've got to have a strategy of which platforms make sense for your products and your services to rank and get in front of new prospective clients. Because your business cannot thrive without a funnel of new eyes and ears on your products and your services. So if we're looking at Google and we're looking at all the different platforms that are popping up within our genre, right? How in the world do you think you can really rank by sticking to just one platform? How does that work when in your genre, in your zone of genius, right? Whatever the product and service world that you live in, there's many different ways that people are ranking on Google on that first page. So instead of looking also at the content they're creating, look at the platforms that they're using to rank and get there, right? You're going to see some YouTubes because that's the second largest search engine. You're absolutely going to see some Pinterest because Pinterest is the third largest search engine, right? But look and see um, what other platforms you're seeing. Maybe LinkedIn, Mediums. What other platforms are people utilizing that's catching people's eye? That's homework number one. And then I would say homework number two would be to look at the types of content, and does that content resonate with your products and services right now? Is it relevant and is it relative to what it is that you want to articulate with your visual brand voice? Because your visual brand voice cannot look like the Joneses. It has to consistently look like you. It has to feel like you. It has to sound like you. But when it comes to Google, Google is not this big ominous thing, not in my eyes anyway, that you got to figure out. Google is pretty simple because it's a carnivore. It's just snatching goodies from other platforms. So, Jeremy, what's your take on Google? How are you feeling about Google?
Yeah, so I definitely love your perspective. I definitely think you're spot on about how they pick and choose from different platforms. My perspective definitely is that it's the I'll go with the it's the quantity and quality. A lot of people say it's one over the other, but you have to be able to utilize keyword research, SEO research, implement some case studies, implement some great quality content that people can consume so that they can spend more time on your social media, social audios, or search engine optimized platforms from the sense of the specific content you're creating. So if you're creating written content, like from my perspective as a writer, or if you're creating visual content from the standpoint of another platform, then think about how the quality of that content will enable your ideal client, consumer, or community to consume that content via that context on the back link or on whichever link that pops up on Google, so that when they're on that link, or when they're on consuming that content, Google is like, hey, this got to be some quality content, because all of these people are clicking on this link. It's popping up on our radar. Like Paula said, they're carnivores. They're looking for these different platforms. So if you're creating that quality and that quantity, that the being able to have the content that just is a factory of different content that educates, persuades, and informs, then that is going to allow you to rank as well too. So I like the fact of diversifying your portfolio with the different platforms, but having the quality on those platforms, and not being everywhere at once, but just being able to have a foundation on a platform that allows you to get this repurposed from that one platform to other platforms. I didn't get that in the beginning. I was trying to be everywhere at once. But now that I have my blogs planted on Medium, I can take that blog and create an IG caption, a tweet, a Facebook update, a LinkedIn article. I can do all of that because all my content resides on Medium. And so that's how I feel about ranking on Google, because Google sees that I'm busy with the other platforms and stuff like that. So that's a great perspective, Paula. Thanks for asking that question. This is Jeremy, and I yield the mic.
Yeah, because that whole thing about being everywhere all the time, is that's the thing that exhausts the most. It exhausts my clients the absolute most because you're like crabs in a barrel and you're scrambling. And at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be that way. It absolutely can be something different, in terms of working smarter and understanding what platforms align with each other. What platforms can we use together? So it sounds like Medium and Pinterest are platforms we can definitely use together. Those are the two platforms that if you're interested in Pinterest, then you also may want to repurpose that same content from Medium to Pinterest and vice versa. Because it is about how many ways can we get to the same result? How many paths do we need to have online, which are many, to get to your website, to get to your products, to get to your services? If you only have one way to get there, it's just like a highway. If you only got one way to get there, it's going to get congested really quick. There's going to be very little movement, very little motion. People are creeping to get there, right? But if you've got many different ways, highways and byways, fields and streams to get to that same destination, then you're going to get more people to that same destination because there's more ways for them to get there. The way that SEO works is the exact same way. So you want to think of it like a busy highway that intersects but goes to the same destination. That's how I think of it in my brain when I think about SEO. How many ways can I get people to the same destination, right? And how many ways can the algorithm move people there? That's the goal. So, Jeremy, I'm going to mute for a second. Can you tell the people, share with the people how they can start on Medium if they haven't started already? They never heard of it. This is brand new, but they're thinking about what they're going to do differently in 2022. And if this is SEO based and it aligns with Pinterest and they're already in the Pinterest room, then this is a great addition to add with little work because we're talking about repurposing content. So if I want to add this, but it's new, and I just don't want a lot of drama and work, how can I start with Medium? Are you going to help me? Do you have that?
Thanks for asking that question. It's quite simple how to start. And to answer your question, yes, I can help you. I have a program that's in place right now where I'm actually designing, blogging, editing, and formatting blogs and articles on Medium to be optimized for 2022. So if you're interested in that, please definitely back chat me. But let's definitely talk about how you can set up if you're already on Pinterest and you're looking to repurpose some content on Medium. So all you would do is step number one is set up a free account, and that all requires is a Gmail and a password. Once you get that confirmation email, you verify your email, you go on, log on to Medium, and you customize your profile. I would say a lot of people start blogging without customizing their profile. You want to make sure it's professional, like on any other platform. Upload a nice professional image, do a nice professional bio, connect your social platforms, your email list as well, if you have one. And then let's get to the fun part, which is blogging. And I'll just give you a few tips. I won't go into details because if you want detail, you gotta back chat me. So, quick tips is to always make sure you have what's called a kicker on the platform of Medium, which is how you get ranked on that platform of Medium. It's a specific term for this specific platform. It's called a kicker. And then always make sure you have a subtitle as well with your title. So have a kicker, a subtitle, and a title, all three. And then make sure you have an image at the top of your blog before you post it. Don't post a blog without an image or a video at the top because you want someone to be intrigued by that, and that is recommended from the platform itself. I take classes on that platform about once or twice a month, and I'm so intrigued by what I learned. So it's a fascinating platform. And then number 3, break up your blogs. I've always talked about this from the beginning about how I write micro content, which is basically small paragraphs for people to consume. Medium suggests that you do that because it's more accessible and it's easier to read. People don't want to read paragraphs that are like a mile long. So with that, those are the few tips I'll give you to write blogs, and then also optimizing your SEO research, which is, of course, I'm doing some research on Google Keyword Planner or any SEO systems that you utilize to implement in the blog. And then once you hit post, you have the opportunity to repurpose it. Not only you brought it from Pinterest, now you're posting it to LinkedIn, but then you have the opportunity to post it on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I'm not correct, platforms that you can go to after posting it from Pinterest to Medium now. And then also adding it to your email list. So I definitely would recommend it. And those steps and tips that I gave you all, after, if you have any questions, definitely back chat me. I think the setup is mainly easy. And once you get into planning your blogs, which I would definitely recommend, don't just write off the top of your head. Plan, like have a plan for your content so you're not failing to plan. And then it takes practice, commitment, and consistency. Practice, consistency, and commitment. And those are some of the things that I will leave with you all in terms of setting up the platform and optimizing it. And once you work with consistency and write with consistency, you'll start to see numbers change. And the last tip that I'll give you is Medium does track your analytics. So you do have numbers that you can look at every week or every day to see what you need to change and how you need to optimize your blog. So with that being said, I yield the mic.
Okay, Jeremy, you gave a whole workshop as usual. That's what you do. He told you the what, right? He told you the what, but still the how. How do we start the first step? What are we looking at? What are we looking for? That whole thing can be a little bit challenging sometimes. Definitely make sure that you are clicking onto his link that is at the top of the Clubhouse room, and that's also inside of the description on the live. I want to make sure that you get access to doing some different things in 2022, right? This is the first day of Kwanzaa. We're talking about Umoja, which is the principle of unity. How do we unify not only how to work with each other, like Jeremy and myself are working together, but how do you also unify your platforms that you're using for your business so that it makes sense, so that we're working smarter and not harder? How are we utilizing the new tools that are out there in these internet streets that we may not be comfortable with? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm super comfortable with Instagram, but I wasn't always comfortable with Instagram. Before Instagram, I was a Facebooker, right? And I detested Instagram. And then all of a sudden, Instagram started to explode for me because I was consistent and I showed up. And I showed up even when I thought people weren't showing up for me. And then all of a sudden, it just exploded. And now I'm on these TikTok streets. I'm on these TikTok streets, okay? And it sounds like I'm about to be in these Medium streets because of Jeremy, because it's a platform that is exploding. And it is in alignment with what we said we wanted to do in our business, which was show up to new people in different ways. It's a different platform that's very similar with keyword strategy and SEO based, just like the Pinterest, and if you're creating video content, just like our YouTube. So, using keyword strategy for each platform may take a little tweaking for each platform, but it's not like a whole different thing that we're learning, right? So, if SEO and keyword strategy is at the top of your list for 2022 to get found, to create more visibility, right? To educate and inform your tribe on what it is that you do and how you slay problems, then definitely make sure that you click at the top of the page and connect with the information that Jeremy has for you. Jeremy, do you have any last words? I'm about to switch the link really quickly at the top of the room, but I want to give you the opportunity to share any last words that you have.
Yeah, no words. I definitely think that some last minute tips is just stay consistent, stay diligent to your craft, and be resilient. Tough times do not last, but tough people do. And being able to unify and become together, just so we can be able to add value to the society around us is, how I want to see us move forward. Paula has been a great mentor to me, and I appreciate every time I reach out to her. She is willing to let me share the stage or grace the stage with her anyway. And I continue to learn from her, and I'll continue to be a student. So thank you so much, Paula. I appreciate you. And, that's about it. Thank you. This is Jeremy, and I yield the mic.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm in a season of collaboration. I've always been that person. And it's never been detrimental to me. It's never hindered me. It's never stopped me. The more that we grow, individually, the more we have to share that growth collaboratively, right? Because there's always somebody else that's on the cusp of their growth, just like you're on the cusp of your growth. And I want to work and surround myself with people like that. Even when it comes to my clients, I want to surround myself with people like that are always creating, pushing, moving, growing. I want that to be the energy that's manifested in my space and in my spirit. So this is the first day of Kwanzaa, the principle Umoja, which means unity. We talked about the goal of unity in community declared. That's what it means. But how are we unifying the platforms that we're using so that we're in alignment on one accord with how we're moving our business into and through 2022? If you have any questions at all, if you feel like I'm just exhausted at the end of 2021 and you don't know what to do differently or how to show up differently in 2022, I have a request for you and I have an offer for you, and it's absolutely free. There is a link at the top of the page, and that link is to my calendar. I have cleared my calendar to speak to 30 people. I have 19 left. So I'm pretty confident that I'm going to hit my goal by the end of this week. And the reason why is because this is the time that people are off. They're taking holiday. They got to take use it or lose it leave. This is the time that you're thinking about, what am I doing that's going to be different, that's going to magnify my business. Maybe you just need to reaffirm the things that you're working on. Maybe you need to get more clarity. Whatever it is, I'm opening my calendar to talk about your 2022 goals for your business. And I'm opening that to you for this week. So definitely make sure you click the link. I have daytime and evening spaces available because I want you to be amazing in 2022. Because my tribe is amazing. My clients are amazing. We're called problem slayers, not because it's cute, but because we are slaying problems all of the problems of our ideal clients with our products and our services. And that is the goal, to share how we do that, to magnify how we do that, to validate how we do that. That is our goal for the first 6 months of 2022, is to share with you the how we do it, so that your clients are confident when they purchase from you that they are going to get exactly the things that they need, that is going to make their lives easier, more powerful, more intentional. So definitely click the link. I will tell you, my birthday is in a couple of days. Okay. We're like 6 days away from my birthday, which is New Year's Day. We're going to do an amazing blowout. Make sure you click the link to get on the list so that you can get the replays and that you can also show up live. Every single day this week, we're working with Kwanzaa principles, and we will show up in the Pinterest room and also in my other club, Ebony Business Divas. So between those two clubs, we're going to be celebrating Kwanzaa pretty heavy this week, and we're going to celebrate my birthday in both clubs on Saturday. So you do not want to miss that, because we party in. I'm going to be 52, y'all. I'm excited about 52. I'm excited. All right, Jeremy, thank you so much for, as always, sharing with us and giving us some information on how we can get our toes wet into the platform of Medium, and also being a resource for us to reach out to if we get a hiccup, because we need coaches in different places with different talents. Pinterest is mine, Medium is Jeremy's. So you've got two coaches that can help you to get started on your SEO strategy so you can show up differently in 2022. Hey. All right, we are done. Have an amazing day. We got in here and we did this thing in 45 minutes, because even though we are working together, okay, I see you. I see you, Elaine. Thank you. Make sure that you get on my calendar, because my birthday is popping off and I am going to celebrate like the queen I am. So I have the first 3 days of this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Make sure you click that link at the top and in the description so that we can chop it up, because we want to make sure we're amazing in 2022. Okay. All right. Jeremy, have an amazing Sunday. I can't wait to see what your hair looks like. I'm going to need a picture on Instagram when you're done.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you so much.
All right. Have an amazing day, everyone. Be blessed. And tomorrow is the second day of Kwanzaa, which is Kuji Chagalia, self-determination. I got some powerful guests in there with me tomorrow. I'm telling you, and we about to, the beauty squad, the glam team is going to show up about that self-determination, because we're going to talk about the internal and the external tomorrow for day 2 of Kwanzaa, the business edition. All right. Peace.